Miss Cobb's, or to Cobb Laboratory. So we're going to pretend we're a science laboratory. So we have to make sure we do things the way that scientists do them. Barrhead Elementary School, Burton, Michigan, 48509, from Dr. Science Laboratory.
What's your friend's name?
Well, Dr. Science is my friend, yes. So, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is anyone curious about what's in this box?
Yeah!
Give me a thumbs up if you are curious about what is in this box. Jasper, are you curious about what's in this box?
I get 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. Victor, you're double curious? But Bristol, she doesn't even care what's in the box. She's not curious at all. All right. Well, I think I'm going to have Lamario. Can we make a trail? Because Lamario was standing back there so nicely. I'm going to let him take the lid off. I'm going to let him take the lid off the box. We're not going to take anything out, but he's going to take the lid off the box.
Go for it,
So we can get our first peek. Go ahead, Lamario. What's in here?
Tomato?
Thank you, Lamario. A tomato? You think there's a tomato?
Science shirt. Apple. Science shirt. A toy.
Oh, well, I see a letter right here. Oh. Should we read this letter first?
Yeah.
It says, Kindergarten Scientists, Miss Cobb's class, Cobb Laboratory, Barrhead Elementary School, Burton, Michigan. Dear Kindergarten Scientists, that's us, right? My name is Dr. Science, and I need your help. I have a long list of science experiments to complete and not enough time to do them all. I am hoping that you will be willing to complete some of them for me to save me some time. We're good with that, right? I have enclosed in this box
Jasper, it's him.
everything you need to complete the first experiments. You will also find all the protective gear. Ooh, what is protective? What is protective gear?
It's like gear like this.
Like what, Victor? Like examples of what?
Well, you like put stuff in.
Protective means what? To keep you safe. So we need, and gear is like stuff you wear. So protective gear is probably something you wear to keep you safe. When you're doing science experiments, you often have to wear protective gear because things can splash in your eyes, or they're not good for some of your other senses. They're things that you shouldn't touch, so sometimes protective gear means wearing gloves. Alright, so let's see. You'll find all the protective gear you need to keep you safe as you complete your task. Please make sure you keep careful track of your data in the data booklet. Data means like the results of your experiment. So look, here are the booklets.
And it looks like an apple.
There is an apple. There's an apple on the front, and that makes me think that our science experiment is probably going to have something to do with
Apple.
which is perfect because we just were at Formar and we did
Apple seed.
we talked about apple seeds and apple cider. And there's a spot.
Apple seed.
Looks like there's one for everyone. And there's a spot right down here for every scientist
to write
their name. So I'm going to put this right here because everyone's going to need one of those eventually. You don't need to touch it right now. You'll need to touch it later probably. Let's see what I got in this box. Oh.
You got teacher.
And then I have
Apple.
3 apples. Let's count them.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, they're beautiful apples too, aren't they? I just think I would like to crunch into one of those for lunch. Maybe that's what we're supposed to do for our science experiment is crunch into them, eat them, you think?
Yeah. No.
Let's put them aside.
I don't want to eat them.
And let's see what the first page says we're supposed to do. We know we need to put our name on the cover. The first page, it's called, the title is
Apple.
Apple Drop.
Apple
Science. And the first thing it says, apple, while standing on the ground. I think this will happen. Dot, dot. What do ellipses mean? Something's coming. So on this page, you need to draw a picture. This page that has a 1 on it. You need to draw a picture of what you think will happen if my teacher drops an apple while standing on the ground. So if I stand on the ground and I just drop this apple onto the ground, what do you think will happen? Does anyone have a prediction?
Appear.
A prediction. Lily, what's your prediction? You think it'll break? Like in half, or like into a whole bunch of pieces, or the skin will all come off, or what do you think?
I know.
You think about that for a minute, because then I want you to think about what you're going to draw. Matthew, what do you think?
It is going to go under the ground.
Oh, you think if I just drop it, it'll go right into the ground? It'll bury itself in the ground? All right. Erilyn, what do you think?
It's going to splash into a puddle.
Oh, it's going to splatter so hard it'll turn into a puddle? Jace?
It will appear.
It'll disappear? What do you think, Haley?
That it will get disgusting.
It'll get disgusting?
Yeah.
And Gordon, what do you think?
Probably it's going to fall in the ground and slice in pieces.
It'll go into a bunch of pieces. Dahlia?
It's smashed.
It'll smash. All right. So a lot of you I heard say it's going to smash. So when you go back to your seat, scientists, I want you to draw a picture of what you think is going to happen. Some of you may think it's going to smash. Some of you may think nothing will happen. But I want you to draw a picture of what you think is going to happen to our apple. Now, our apple is kind of reddish and yellowish. All of these apples are a little bit red and a little bit yellow. See that? A little bit red and a little bit yellow. So when you draw your picture of your apple, it should be a little bit red and a little bit yellow, because when scientists make their data, you have to observe very carefully. And so this is the apple we're going to use. I'm going to put it right there. That's the one we're going to use for the teacher dropping. And I'm going to put it right there. But you don't need to touch it. And I'm actually going to take the sticker off of it, because you don't need to draw the sticker part, right? So I'm going to take the sticker off it. And this is what your apple should look like in your drawing, except for if you said it's going to smash, it should be smashed. If you think it's going to be just like get a little hole in it, you should draw a picture with a little hole in it. If you think it's going to be in a big old puddle, you should draw a big old puddle. But it shouldn't be like a see-through puddle, should it?
No.
No, it should be like red and yellow. You might be able to tell the skin and the flesh. This apple has a little tiny little stem. So that should be part of your drawing on your data booklet as well. So I'm going to put that there so that we can make those observations while you're doing it. And here's this book. And then we need to get out this protective gear. So I see we have some shirts, but I also see we have some
sunglasses. And another apple.
They are not sunglasses.
Say science.
Oh, I heard someone say what they were.
Say science glasses.
Science glasses or safety glasses to keep our eyes safe, because when we drop the apple, some of you said that it's going to break into a bunch of pieces, and so those pieces, if they go flying, we don't want them to come to our eyes, right?
Yep.
So scientists sometimes have to protect their eyes. And we also have these special jackets. So I would like Professor J. Brown.
Yeah, take it.
Go put your protective gear on. You need to take glasses and a booklet. And remember what you're going to do. Scientists. Girls, I would like to give the instructions one more time so that you make sure that you follow them. You write your name right here, scientists, on the front, because name on your paper. And then on this page right here where there's a number 1, draw your beautiful picture to show what the apple looks like right now.
Yeah. like
Okay?
that.
So Jasper, go. And let's see. Oh, he's not here. Professor K. Lockridge. Professor G. Williams. Okay, we need some more glasses. Professor I. Simone. Professor L. Bailey. Professor M. Rouse. What do you think is going to happen to yours?
I think you're having a little tiny hole.
Okay, so your picture shows, I see that you have drawn a little tiny hole right there to show what you think is going to happen. What do you think, Erilyn? What do you think is going to happen? A puddle? Oh, I don't see a puddle in your picture. Maybe you need to go and draw what you think is going to happen. What do you think is going to happen?
No.
There's going to be a hole in it. Okay. Zoe, what do you think is going to happen?
Did you take a picture already?
You got a tree going on in it?
Too many colors.
It'll turn colors when I drop it. Okay. Abigail, what do you think?
Put your name on the front. Put your name right there. Write your name right there. No, we're not supposed to. We're only doing
It's going to what?
one right now.
It's going to drop down, and then what will happen?
See. Leave it.
It'll to see what would happen if Miss Cobb dropped the apple while she was standing on the ground. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop the apple, and no one's going to run at it because we all need to observe what happened. Like good scientists, observe. I want you to listen. I want you to see. I want you to be able to use all your senses to make observations. Ready?
Yeah.
You want to do a countdown?
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Nothing.
Oh, it rolled. That's interesting observation. All right, I'm going to pick it up, and then we're going to look at it.
Do all over again.
Now, a lot of you said, oops, can you pick that up for me, Jada? A lot of you said that it was going to break into a lot of you said it was going to break into a whole bunch of pieces. It didn't happen, did it?
It breaks in a little hole.
But this is what I noticed with my eyes. What I see with my eyes is there's some spots right here that those were not there before. There's some like lines. You see those? I'm coming around with it. Do you see those lines right there? Those were not there before. That's something different. When we write our observations, you should definitely draw those lines. Then, I'm touching it, so I can feel there's a difference. Before, this apple was hard, and now, when I touch it, it is soft. So you may use one finger and touch this to use your sense of feeling. Push on it a little bit. Can you feel that where it hit the ground, it is soft? Matthew, that is enough.
And the juice is coming out.
Oh, good observation, Scientist Anderson. Do you see how it's soft in some spots where it hit the ground and juice is coming out?
I like it. It tastes good. Why?
All right.
I like my juice. It feels soft.
It was leaking. So did it feel sticky? Was the juice sticky? No? Okay.
When I made the picture that was squishy and then it was soft on the bottom, and I made all the kids that they were seeing.
Okay.
Cracked open. Somebody dropped it and it has juice. Florida.
Okay. Put in your data booklet.
This one?
Yeah.
It's leaking and it disappeared.
Okay, I see you wrote some words. What did you write on that?
It feels weird.
Okay, so today we are going to continue with our science experiments. Our data booklets had other pages in them that we need to complete. And we're going to do 2 more pages today. We are going to do a prediction, and we are going to do what happens at the experiment, and then we will write what happened after the experiment. And we're still going to be dropping an apple, but this time we're going to change it up a little bit. This time it is going to be our principal, and she is going to stand on a ladder. Instead of Miss Cobb standing on the ground, it's going to be our principal standing on a ladder. Now, I want you, are you already thinking in your head what you predict might happen?
Yeah.
There's some things that are different. It's a different person. Do you think that's going to make a difference in how the apple falls? Or do you think, what else is different about it? Is she going to be the same amount of distance from the ground, or is she going to be a different distance from the ground? Different. She's going to be farther from the ground. The apple will be farther from the ground when she drops it. So that might affect what happens to the apple when it actually hits. What do you think is going to happen when Mrs. Gooch drops the apple from top of a ladder?
It's gonna break into tiny pieces.
Okay, let me show your picture there. You've drawn some tiny, they'll bust open, and that's what you wrote about in your bust open right there. Okay, Erilyn. It's going to get a soft spot. And I see you wrote a word right there that starts with the letter S for soft. Lamario, tell me what you are making a prediction. What your prediction is. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, hon. It'll go underground. Outside, ready for the second part of our Apple Drop Science Unit. Spencer, turn around. And the second part, can one of our scientists tell me what the second part is that we need to be doing? Gordon, tell us what's going to happen now. Drop an apple. Who's going to drop an apple? There goes our principal. That's good, Mrs. Gooch. I don't know if
It's
I'm
high enough?
Yes.
I think it might be.
No, it's not.
I think I'll be above the roof if I go much higher.
Yeah.
Are we ready? What do you think is going to happen?
It's
All right, ready? Count with me. 1,
1, 2, 3,
go! Oh, no!
Look,
Thanks, Babea.
I can't.
use your eyes to make an observation.
Oh.
Use your eyes to make an observation. What do you notice with your eyes? There is a hole in it. Some of you predicted there would be a hole. Also, look at, I'm going to push on it.
It's mushy.
It is mushy, and there's juice coming out just like yesterday, but it's even mushier, isn't it, than yesterday? Yep. I'm going to get it on camera so we can see the mushy part and the crack.
Step one more.
Okay. All right, let's say thank you to Mrs. Gooch.
Oh, I enjoyed this so much. Thank you, ladies. Hi.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think that to do this, I'm looking, and I'm going to throw it out a little bit so it hits the cement, right? So I'm just telling you, okay? I don't want to hurt anybody.
One, two, three. What just happened?
It broke into 2 pieces. It broke into half.
Did we have some people who predicted that?
Right. Yeah,
That's what your prediction was, that it would break in half. And you were right.
Oh my goodness.
Good job.
In half.
Okay, let me see your paper. Why did it break more this time?
Because we stand up on top of the roof.
And that is,
Higher.
that's high.
Because it was so high.
And that meant that the apple had, it had to fall a long way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many pieces did it break into?
2.
There were 2 big pieces. Were there other pieces?
Wow.